live? I think we are. Yes, we are. Hello and welcome to Coach Manny Live on Friday afternoon, or you might be watching us on a podcast or listening to us on a podcast. Whatever method you're using, we are excited to have you here today and excited to be talking about double your sales because as we get to the end of 2020 and we start looking at that final quarter, we know we got to rock. And as we go into 2021, we know we got to rock it even more and doubling your sales. What would happen if you could double your sales? What would it take to make that happen? Where would your organization go? Just think about it. I'm Coach Manny, and we are at CoachManny.com. Check us out. That's Manny with an Manny. Check us out, CoachManny.com. We're here to help you build your business. Whether you be a small business, a medium small business, it doesn't matter. What we teach you will work to grow you and your business into something that will make it happen in your life. Are you ready? We and pumping up and motivation is something we do all the time. So stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff. So today what I want to do is I want to just briefly go through the first 6 steps of taking your business and doubling those sales. Are you ready? Are you ready to make it happen? All right. So what I want to do is I want to try to move the video over here. Okay, can you see me okay? Good. Let's make sure we don't have too much light shining here. Now, the first thing you got to do when you want to make that happen is you got to understand, who am I going after? Who am I going after? And what I'm showing you today is all involved in our Double Your Sales course. And we'll talk a little bit about that at the end of today's lesson and the next lesson. But I just want you to understand is you can have all this. So you got to understand what is it you try to when you talk about developing your target market. And so many people say, well, I go after everybody, but you can't. You got to understand, what is my target market? Who am I going after? um, it's always good to try to throw some examples out there, and then try what you want to do is you want to really focus in on that target market, who they are, what you can do, and how you can grow that target market to be even more. Um, so you got to study it. So we have in our training courses, we throw you through videos that walks you through all that process. Don't worry about that. Plus, we always have extra video. So what is a target market, just for your understanding? It is a group of customers, a group of businesses. It is like, I might be in a certain industry like plumbing or something, or pest control or something, and I may say my target market is homeowners in this geographic location. If I'm in a city like Philadelphia, I may take a quadrant of that city and say that is where I want to focus in. Okay? If I'm a coach, I may say something like, I'm going to focus in on sales, and I'm looking for organizations who do X number of business a year, X number of dollars, and who are in the service business, or I might even get more defined than that. So we have a whole lesson in there. I get off a little bit here and we get too much into one subject. So let me keep going. So first thing you got to do is define your target market. Now, the second thing, and this is tough for some people to understand, they say, I know what I'm selling, but the second part here is so important, is how do you define your product or service in marketing terms? So, in other words, in terms of marketing, how do I define what it is I am selling. And sometimes we don't know, or sometimes we have so many things. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've been working through this myself, and I understand exactly what so many of you are going through. As entrepreneurs, we love to develop, we love to make, we love to create. We have so much, and we keep creating and keep creating. And what we need to do is say, which ones are we selling? What is it that I need to put out there? Now, people may buy everything you sell. You may have massive amounts of stuff. But what is it that you want to put out there that's going to get people really interested in you? And again, I'll give you the example of how we do it. The product that we sell, there's two main products that Coach Manny sells. Right? It's double your sales and it's 90 days to success. And they integrate with each other, which says, I want to double my sales and I want to make sure I have a plan every quarter to make that happen. Bam. So, what is the product or service that you're delivering that you want to put out there, that you want to be known by? That's what we want. Formally, just develop it. Make sure you understand it. Run your whole company. Now, for some of you, it's easy. But even let's go back to our plumbing example. Your target may be homeowners. It may be people in older homes. If I'm in an older home, that may be your target because you understand the construction stuff. Or it may be commercial, or it may be manufacturing facilities. If you're, again, let's say you're in the financial planning mode, and that's your business, but who's your target? It might be young people just starting out. I remember my one daughter, who became a teacher. This guy came to his market was new teachers, and he put her into a program, and it's tremendous. And that's the kind of stuff that you got to look at. Who is your target market? Because I wanted to share with you that the most successful people out there are those that really are targeted. Hey, it's Coach Manny, and as always, it's great to be with you on this Friday. Or you might be watching us on podcasts. It's great. All right. So you defined who you're going after. You defined what your product is. Now, how do you generate leads? Excuse me. I got to have some water here. I've been talking too much. I'm just having too much fun, right? Number 3 is we got to look at what are the methods and techniques. I'm trying to talk too fast today. It's good. What are the methods and techniques for lead generation? How are you generating leads for your marketing and for your salespeople? How are you getting new business? What are you doing to get people excited, interested, and really wanting to be part of your organization? What are you doing? Are you running advertising? And if you are, what kind of advertising are you running? Are you running radio, TV, internet? Are you doing digital? Are you doing billboards? What is it that you're using to generate leads? What is it that works? Are you doing networking? I know during the coronavirus stuff right now, live networking, in-person networking isn't that great and it isn't really happening. But, what is it? Are you using LinkedIn? So in this part, we examine a lot of lead stuff. And again, if you're looking for lead generation help, you're at the right place. If you're listening to this on podcast, targeted lead generation is focused on that. And if you're not, please go out to Targeted Lead Generation Podcast and check us out because we have had a lot of people on the show. We have a lot of lead generation stuff going on out there. So how are you generating leads? Are you using YouTube? Are you using Facebook? Are you using Instagram? Those type of things as well. So what I want to share with you here is you got to have a lead generation process. I'm Coach Manny. I'm here every Friday. At least I'm here every Friday as long as I can be. I hope I'm here every Friday. The point I'm trying to share with you is go to CoachManny.com. That's CoachManny.com. Check us out. We're here. Our function is to help your business increase your sales, driving that top number to new levels. And whether that means bringing the right people in, whether it means training, whether it means strategy, tactics, what do you need to do? Double your sales is one technique that we use to help you make that happen. All right. So check us out there. And if you want to talk to me, there's ways to get to me there. You can set up a meeting. And in fact, we'll put the link down here at the bottom when we're done. All right. So lead gen. Let me go to the next one. You know, I'm working with a couple screens here, and sometimes my cursor gets a little lost. Okay. How do you qualify and build an effective prospect list? I want you to think about that. Do you have a qualified prospect list that you're going after? These are the companies. I mean, I walk into companies and I try to help them so in developing sales process. I always ask this: do you have prospects already? What is the process that you're using to go after them? Let's go back to lead gen. Do they fit your model of will they buy what you have to sell, and are they part of your process? Again, you see how all that ties together? That's kind of what we do in the whole double your sales process, is we tie all that together and we help you do it. There's techniques of qualifying accounts. Some people never ask the question. You don't know how many salespeople over the years I have worked with, and just to get them, you gotta qualify. I don't get up out of my seat anymore, and I haven't for years, I hope, if I haven't talked to you and qualified you and made sure. Because, you know, people can answer that, people can say all kinds of stuff, but if I'm going to make a trip to California, or I'm going to make a trip to North Jersey, or I'm going to make a trip to Philly, or I'm going to make a trip even to one of the close towns, I am going to make sure that I've already asked some qualification questions. So, number 5. This, and we actually, I think we're going to do a whole session on this, and we actually wrote a whole book on this. So I encourage you to go out and look again at Manny Nowak on Amazon. Just type in Manny space Nowak, Nowak. My books will come up, and one of the books you'll see there is My Sales Follow Up Sucks. And this book was developed around the whole process of follow up. And in Double Your Sales, we talk about follow up. And follow up and follow up. And so what we're saying is, in there, I tell a great story, and the story is very simply, I remember going to people's offices and seeing just stacks of business cards, because these were people they had met. These were potential customers, but they were in stacks on the desk instead of being in their CRM, or instead of being followed up on. So again, what kind of follow-up are you supposed to do? That's one of the things in Double Your Sales. Double Your Sales really focus, and we usually bring in the book. I mean, I love to get, if you get the Double Your Sales course as part of your process, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes, but the Double Your Sales course, one of the things we're going to do is we'll give you this book. because it is an intricate part of the process. And people just don't follow up. And I know some of you CEOs and out there are like frustrated because your salespeople aren't following up. Some of you salespeople out there are frustrated because you're not following up because you don't really have a process that works. So we teach follow up. And all right, let me go to our final one, which is number 6 for today. Remember, we're giving you 6 today. We're going to give you 6 more next week. So please tune in to our Friday process. Or if you're listening to this on podcast, the part 2 should be out there. Today we're doing 1 through 6. And then on the second lesson, we'll do 7 through 12. Building a presentation that sells. Too much is too much. What does that mean? Well, I want you just to think about, I'm coming in and I'm going to do a presentation. And now today we're doing a lot of stuff on Zoom or some other online tool so I can do my presentation. But the worst thing that can happen is I got 80 slides. I can't wait to get in there and show these 80 slides. And worse than that, I'm presenting the slides, and after 3 slides, the person says, "Wow, this is really good. I'm ready." And I got 77 more slides to go. Just hang in there. You're not ready to buy yet. And you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. All right. You need to be smaller. Smaller is better. Less slides is better. Just use the slide as a guide. Use the slide to help the customer. And that's what you always got to say. Is this slide or will this slide help the potential buyer? If the answer is not really, I'm using it for my own stuff, then why do you have a slide there? I'm not going to look at something that's not beneficial to me as the customer, right? I'm just not going to do it. And it just doesn't work for me. So, all right. So there you have it. The first 6 pieces of double your sales. And, how to define your target market, how to define your product, how to generate leads, how to qualify those leads, how to do the follow-up you need to do, and how to build a presentation. And that's the first 6 pieces. There's 6 more. This is the keys to how, the question we asked originally, right? How do I develop and how do I double my sales? Because in 2021, I want to double the amount of business I'm doing. I want to grow my business. I want to make this happen. So we want to encourage you to go to the Coach Manny site. Look at our products. There's a product tab there, especially for you. And take a look at the double your sales process. And which this course right now, because it's the end of the year, because I'm ready to make people come in and spend some time here and really push for next year to be the greatest year your business ever had. Coronavirus or no coronavirus, you're growing. So get a copy of Double Your Sales. It's an intense 12 lessons. It's video driven. You can listen to it over and over again. You can listen to it on your phone. You can take it with you. You can listen to each of the 12 pieces. The first 6 we talked about today. We go through each of these in great detail in helping you build your business. So, until next week, keep rocking out there. Keep building your business. And remember, everything we talk about, CoachManny.com. We want you there. We want you growing your business. I want to tell you, thank you for being here today, and much success to you as you continue to build your business. CoachManny.com. If you want to talk, get out there. There's a link. You can set up a meeting. Let's talk a little bit. If you want the course, go to our products tab. It's right there. Double your sales. There's great pricing on it right now. I want you to have a copy of this. I want you to use this. And remember what we said. You buy the copy now, we're going to send you bonus, which is very simply my follow-up sucks. So you'll get even more on follow-up. And um, as we go through the end of the year thing here, people who buy, we're going to throw some more bonuses out there. So get in now and start working on 2021. Thanks for being here. It's been great. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.